Today, ma'am, I'm Ramel Canieti, and today I'm going to report the Chapter 13 in Business Organization and Management, which entitled Organization for Administration and Control. So, the objectives of this chapter is to be able to understand what is organization of administration and control, and to be able to comprehend how administration and control classified, and last objectives is to be able to distinguish between the many type of administration and control. A group of unarranged machines, a body of unarranged workers, and a pile of unassembled materials do not make a going concern as to what is to be produced, to whom it may be sold, who is to do each part of the work, when the goods are to be finished, whether the quality is satisfactory, how money is to be collected and paid out, and how to settle a wide range of problems. All of this must be administered and controlled. Administration and management. The function of administration and control is to keep the business going smoothly, to apply the necessary stimulus and direction, and to look ahead for possible opportunities as well as danger signals. The act of administration refers to establishing and maintenance of major policies, while management refers to carrying out and implementation of those policies. Management problems. Management problems may be groups, namely, number one, problems of policy. Problems of policy which involve the setting of major objectives and formulating plans of action for their attainment. Number two, problems of organization, which involve the classification of activities into administrative groups, fixing responsibility for the performance of each group, and providing for the performance of each group, and also providing for the proper coordination of all the groups in order to cooperate effectively in the attainment of the objectives. Number three, problems of personnel. Problems of personnel involves the procurement, development, and use of individuals to perform the responsibilities established by the organization plans. Number four, problems of facilities, which involve the procurement, maintenance, and use of physical factors needed in the performance of the operation necessary in the attainment of the objectives. Number five, problems of methods, which involves the use and routines of the procedures required to perform effectively and the operations necessary to attain such objectives established by the policies. Meaning of control. The following are taken from Robinson, Business Organization and Practice, and from Davis Stetson, Office Administration, published by Alexander Hamilton Institute. Control may be understood if it is broken up into several aspects of knowledge. Know, number one, knowing exactly what work is to be done. A. As to quantity and quality, and as to time available. Second is knowing what resources are available for doing the work. So as to personnel, as to materials, as to equipment, and as to other facilities. Number three, knowing the work has to be done or being done with the resources available within the time available at reasonable cost as compared with standard cost and in accordance with the required standard of quality. Before knowing immediately of any delays or variations, as to the happening, as to the cause, as to the remedy, and five, knowing what is being done to remove such hindrances, as to who is doing it, as to how he is doing it, and as to when it will be done. Number six, knowing when it is done. So A, as to time finished, as to quality of the finished job, and as to who did it. 7. Knowing the recurrences are guarded against, in what way, by whom, at what cost, and with what system of inspection. Elements of control. Control, in order to be effective, must be afforded with necessary elements such as authority and knowledge, guidance and direction, constraint and restraint. To exercise control, the manager must be able to know what the situation is and what it should be. He should know what to do to bring the situation into line. Equally important is to have authority to undertake necessary and, appropriate action. In this execution of control, the manager, therefore, must have his lines of communication established, open, and functioning. In every management problem, there is present a multitude of elements and conditions. Some of these are desirable and which the manager would like to retain. Others are undesirable and have such to be eliminated or discarded. Controlling, therefore, is the conscious directing or influencing of certain causes so that certain desired results could be effective. Administrative controls. A basic task of management has to do with control. Together with planning, organizing, coordinating, and directing, control is the one of the functions of management. When management introduces rules and regulations, standard operating procedures, and standing orders, and when it sees to it that these are followed in order to attain the company's objective, it is establishing and enforcing controls. Production control, earlier discussed under the manufacturing, is a form of administrative control. So is inspection. The most common from administrative control, however, is budgeting. The budget. The budget is collection of estimates of income and expenditures for a future period based upon past experience, present conditions, and anticipated future trends. The budget is a tool of management whereby it hopes to achieve the highest reasonable expectation of operating efficiency. Government controls. Business in the Philippines is essentially characterized by free enterprise but with many elements of government control. The business enterprise and the company as a whole are subject to a pervasive and comprehensive scheme of government controls. Government control may consist of regulatory agencies such as the Securities and Exchange Commission, the Public Service Commission, the Patent Office, and the Insurance Commission are quite well known and exercise familiar functions. The government enforcement of pure pure food laws, labor laws, social security legislation, anti-monopoly laws, and even tariff, customs, and revenue codes is an example of government control of business. Accounting controls. Accounting has been defined as the collecting, summarizing, analyzing, and reporting in monetary terms of information about the business. Accounting provides information for two distinct groups. It gives information of the company's finances to stockholders, government offices, creditors, banks, and other outsiders. As a tool of control, however, it gives information to management to enable to realize the company's objectives. Importance of control. Controls give the usual advantages of planning. Inefficiencies and dishonesties become known and may be easier to be avoided. Controls bring out conditions which otherwise would remain unnoticed. More important, the future problems are provided for. Since controls are intended to keep an enterprise focused on its objectives, goals and objectives are formulated in clearer and concrete form. Controls increase initiative, bring out coordination, and promote cooperation. So that would be all for the chapter 13. Thank you.